coming to you with the 40-day Shift Your Reality Challenge. And there's a few things I wanted to talk about today regarding the Mandela Effect and timeline excavating and integration. Maybe a little bit of the Akashic records too. So, what is the Mandela Effect? First of all, it is a phenomenon that lots of people have been seeing where their memories have either been changed or actual physical reality has been changed. In any case, there's a lot of people talking about it, and there's a lot of fear surrounding that. I was super excited when I found out about that, because that means we can shift our reality. And probably one of the best videos I've watched is from Campbell of My Big Toe. And what he does is he talks about a probability scale. He talks about life being a computer-generated reality. And in any belief system, if you just look at our DNA, we're coded for sure. And there's coding in everything in life. Everything has a coding, a mathematical value. And when you think of quantum physics, he goes through the double slit experiment, and it's about data and about what our observable data is. And so if we tend to look at something or focus, that's what becomes reality. And then it goes into why the law of attraction may not work, and that's because of the probability scale. And so you have a bell curve there. So when I was watching, I saw a new one on Laurel and Hardy, and that one, I just watch a few of them because it reminds me that it is a possibility that reality can be shifted. And in any scenario, at least it gives me intentionality to go into my subconscious mind and reprogram that. And that is a hard place to get to sometimes. So if there's an easier way to shift in vibration and reprogramming, I want to know about it. I spent years, I got a psychology degree, a life coaching, my hypnosis certification, and spent years studying mind and body. So this phenomena excites me. So what is a timeline excavation? Well, it is a quantum shift. And when you go into, I like to use a doorway. And so I go into like a Silva method type of meditation and get into a very relaxed state. And then I walk down 15 stairs. I open up a big brown door and I open it outwards to a parallel reality in my imagination. And it feels so real to me because I could see, a different house. I could see my family. We're all together, or it could just be maybe I'll go in and just talk to me. I had tea with my alternate self the other day, and it was fascinating because I came out with a phenomenal idea, which I think I'm going to market. So that is going into excavate ideas, to excavate talent, to excavate, vibration and happiness out of these alternate realities and alternate timelines. And then to integrate, you want to integrate what vibration is coming forth through the universe, and you want to integrate the goodness. And if we all did that, there'd be a tipping point in humanity, which a lot of people are waking up in one way or another. In the Christian community, they would say it's a great revival. In the world community, they would call it awakening or ascension. And in the Hebrew or Greek, I went and looked up the word resurrection, and it meant to ascend. So words have different meanings to different people, and words can trigger either positively or negatively. So, the Mandela Effect doesn't have to be a perception of evil or a perception that, we're being manipulated. That could be the case. But if we command and go in with intentionality on our future, we could have a world that we intend for good and not for evil. And, of course, there's a supreme programmer. People call him God. Jesus, all different types of names, source, love, whatever type of energy. But even if this was a computer simulation, there would still have to be a grand designer, a grand architect, a grand programmer. And, even if you go to the Big Bang, there has to be a cause to have effect. So here we're going into our own imagination. We're getting into a state where we could jump through the universe and we could take out and excavate what we need. The tip for today is intention. Write down your intentions. My intention is to possibly work 3 days a week as I write my next book. And I've written 2 others, and that was an intention years ago that I would be an author and I would write books. It was also intention when I had 4 kids to go get my degree, which seemed insurmountable at the time, but I wrote that down and took the next indicated step and used intention and kept going. And I loved it. And so do what you love. We have a site called Bliss Travelers because not Thomas Campbell, but Joseph Campbell said to follow your bliss. And that's like following the breadcrumbs of your life. Follow the breadcrumbs. I was watching Benton Home Massaro, and that was just one of the great tips, is just follow the breadcrumbs. And that's another reason I like watching some of the videos on the Mandela Effect. I'll watch some of the Bible-based ones and how they are really fear tripping. And I'd rather future trip and go into a positive reality than a negative one. And we are to command our destiny, and that's in any study, is not just being presence and acceptance and all that, is to be able to speak it and then let it go. There's a book called F and then asterisk asterisk KIT, and it's when you really don't give a shit about what people think or about anything, so you're able to let go of the outcome. But with intentions, when you go in there, you'll start to see synchronicities happen. You'll start to see shifts. I saw relational shifts. I've seen money shifts. I've seen just vibrational feeling shifts. We all want to feel good. And that's the reason we go to anything, is so we could feel better. And so we could be a contribution, but even that is about having a feeling, a higher vibration, and feeling good. So the intention is to go into the imagination. It's easy when you start to go into a super duper good alternative timeline, and you see yourself, the ultimate you, or maybe you go into something that somebody you admire, and you pick up some of their talent and bring it back, and that feels good. And then as that feels good, you start to be happier and happier, and depression starts to go away, anxiety, you're not in a box. You have hope, and you can go on. So it's a positive thing, and you are able to see the synchronicities line up. So I just wanted to say, have a really good day, and I'll come back. We'll come back. Me and my other self, myself and Irene. No, just kidding. But I'll come back with some more testimonials. I want to shift into some testimonials from some other people, and any of you that might have a testimonial, please share. So have a great night, and I will talk to you soon.